Look, it's stuffing. Okay, that'll piss somebody off.
Hello, welcome back to the kitchen. Just getting butter off of my spatula. I got all of my hands. This is nothing unusual. Today is Thanksgiving, and I know it's silly to be doing a video on Thanksgiving, but maybe you guys can use this next year. Or if you're not doing your Thanksgiving until this weekend, well, you can use it this weekend. So I'm getting the stuffing together, then we're going to get the turkey stuffed, then we're going to get it in the oven, and then we'll say bye till a lot later. We'll see if I even do that much. But I wanted to show you the stuffing. Cat, that's not stuffing. Well, it's going to be. 1 cup of butter, half a cup of each onion, celery, and mushrooms, because you got to have mushrooms. This all gets sauteed until everything's well, sauteed. Mushy, essentially. And then this goes on the wonderful bread cubes that I made yesterday, and you may have seen the video on that. My last minute bread cubes, which is common. Again, always delayed. So we've got that. I'm going to let that cool for a minute or two. I wanted to talk a little bit about my general recipe as far as this stuff goes. So we're going to start with that. Now, and you want the strudel pie, whatever. I've never made the strudel pie, literally never. Because I know everybody now wants to see the strudel recipe. There's the strudel recipe. Screenshot it. Oh, look, it all fits on one screen. There's the strudel recipe. Use at your own risk. I've never done it. So while that cools down, I wanted to talk about this. So my first Thanksgiving with John, I was a nervous wreck. I had never done it. For some reason, I decided it needed to be done. And there we go. So I got the turkey, got the bread, didn't know how long the bread was actually going to take to get dried, so I had to brown it in the oven. Basically just toasted it a little bit. Although, you'll be amused. Remember I said, there's always a pan that gets a little burnt. It adds flavor and character. So, what did I do? Well, I immediately called my 2 favorite cooks, my mom and my granny. I think I called Granny first. Granny told me when you're doing the turkey, you seal it with the foil and check the temperature, but don't baste it. Don't worry about it. My mother told me to tent the turkey and baste it every half an hour. So I did both. Turkey turned out fantastic. Of course, I didn't find out till the next day. The turkey turned out fantastic. And again, I've done that every year since. Now, one thing I actually started doing a couple years ago, might have been a long years ago, I did my sauteed onions, mushrooms, celery bit. And when I put it all in the stuffing, I had some butter residue left over and a couple little pieces of onion, and I went, And I took it and I wiped it all over the turkey. It made it better. So, just a little tip. There's a whole lot of people that do olive oil on it and they talk about, butters and salts and blah, blah, blah. Now, this gets a little bit of rub down there because that's what's left in the pan. And that's as fancy as I get. That's as fancy as I get. Let's move over and we'll start getting all the stuffing mixed together. Every year our turkey stuffing gets a little charcoal flavoring. So we need 2 quarts. Gotta love the way my mother puts things. Of stuffing. Quarts. 2 quarts is 8 cups. We're getting really fancy here. We've got 4 cups, roughly. It's not Thanksgiving if I'm not making a mess and using every pan in the house. Stuffing. So now what goes in next? Next, we have pepper, salt, we have the poultry seasoning, and then we have hot water, and of course, our stuff. So we're going to get a little bit of pepper in here first. How much pepper does it say? Half a teaspoon of pepper, which means about 40-something grinds on this thing. And then our salt is supposed to be 1.5 teaspoons. Butter onions and mushrooms and celery. This is really the only time I cook with celery. Celery is gross. And now we mix a little bit. 1 tablespoon of poultry seasoning. In some cases more is better, in some cases less is better. When it comes to poultry seasoning, more is better. Last half tablespoon of salt, half teaspoon of salt. Don't put a tablespoon of salt in your stuffing. And then hot water. And this is what makes it all kind of mushy-gushy. We're going to see it as it goes into the bird. So let's bring over said bird. Now that's bird. 15 pounds, because why not? There's 2 of us to feed. We like leftovers. All right, so first we're going to take our stuffing and we're going to plop it into said bird. And then a little goes in the back with these nasty things. Yeah. So what I do is take those, and they go in the neck of the bird. Yes, this is the neck. They go in the neck of the bird and they get held into place with the last little remnants of stuffing. And no. Mine. Okay, wait, maybe not mine. Bird is stuffed. Now, I talked about the oil, and this is obviously all the oil. And what I do, now it's going to, because the turkey is cold, it's going to gel a little bit on here and look kind of odd. But hey, this way we're not wasting anything. It's all over the bird. It'll make the bird taste nice. Ta-da! And we have said bird. Now my fun part is trying to figure out how to get these stupid things. This goes under here. Little flap of skin. In go the legs. I've never understood what you're supposed to do with these. Oh, we can spread them out and put them underneath. That's kind of odd. They're going to stay there. They'll be fine. I basted everything. So we're good. We have a turkey into the oven. You can see it's kind of starting to get stuck on there. It's going to go into the oven, and we're going to have Thanksgiving dinner. Ha ha. And that is what's sealed in there. Now this little baby will go in the oven, and I'll start basting it at about an hour. And that's the biggest part of Thanksgiving, in a nutshell, or in a turkey. One or the other. I'm not sure which. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Maybe you can use this on Friday or Saturday if you're cooking a little late. Otherwise, look for this next year. It'll still be on my channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss everything. I am trying to upload once a week. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I've got a couple videos ready for you guys and a couple more I plan on shooting. So subscribe so you don't miss it. Hit the bell if you really want to see it right away. Right away. And hit the like button if you like this. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. Happy past Thanksgiving to my Canadian friends. And happy Thursday for the rest of you. Bye-bye. So I want to share another one of our traditions with you. So click right about here and enjoy one of the fun traditions that we do every year. I'm sure a lot of your radio stations do the same thing. Enjoy. And kitty shot. I think that'll be my end screen.